Hey y'all, good morning. It's Shan Hutch, your host of A Light on the Hill. Uh I had to title this one Why Usher Why. Uh this I don't know. Forgive my voice. You might have to see me blowing my nose and stuff, not trying to be nasty, but I had already recorded like 10 minutes of it, not realizing that my camera, you couldn't see my face. You could only see my computer screen. I'm learning, y'all. I'm not technically savvy. I got all this podcast stuff. Look, I even have a little sound card and all that. Don't know how to use it. I haven't used it yet, but I will learn. Um, and I'll gracefully learn how to do it so I can do it better and make it more entertaining for y'all. But this here, oh, sorry, my throat is sore too a little bit, but I just had to say something because I, for one, am so sick of number one, seeing men with their pants sagging, especially if you my age. If you in your 40s, your pants should not be sagging. That is not cute. And for the women who still deal with men that sag their pants in their 40s and 50s, what can I say? I mean, if that's your preference, but I want to give y'all a backdrop. So I want to say mid 2000s. I was given this DVD. It was from this guy that my mom had met at her job. And the guy, I'm sorry, y'all, hold on. It's been a rough one. I don't want y'all to have to actually see it, but okay, sorry. So the guy gave my mom this DVD, and the most prominent, I'm sorry, the most prominent personality that I can remember on the DVD was Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, I have um I have to give you this disclaimer too. I do have health issues, and so my short-term memory is not um very sharp. So, forgive me that I can't give you everybody, but they were all activists. Actually, I think it may have been a couple white people on there, but the majority were black activists who they were talking about like the hidden agenda for our culture, our race. And it was right in the cusp of where everybody was starting to sag their pants and this and the third. And so when that DVD came out, they were saying that it was, if they wanted it to stop, and when I say they, I mean like whomever, your government, the people with the triangle sign, whomever, you know, put that out there so that we would fall into that hole. They said that the agenda was to first have men sagging their pants because they even went back and explained where that came from. It's a jailhouse thing where men who would be ready to have sex with other men, they would sag their pants, and that was a cue to let whomever know they was ready, right? And so, for the life of me, I never could understand why men would want to do that. Anyway, I'm so thankful to God that my four sons do not sag. They never have. Um, because I feel like as a parent, it was my duty to tell them that is not cute and it's not happening in my home, right? But I have to give this other disclaimer as well. All of my children have the same father, right? Their father has been ever present. their Abba in heaven and their earthly father has been ever present in their lives, even for our one daughter, and so they know, um, they just know better. And because we took our job as being parents very seriously, um, they didn't fall into that. And so, with that being said, what I have up on my screen is a picture of Usher. And I had to do this because at one point in my life, prior to uh, knowing the Lord the way that I know him now, I loved this man. Usher was my guy. I loved seeing him on The Bold and the Beautiful. I used to know everything about him. Starting from Tennessee, when I lived in Georgia, I got to meet him. He signed my little folder. And before I got to meet him, I spoke to him on the phone because I was one of the lucky callers that got in, through the radio, and he was down there. And therefore, I got to meet him, and that's how I got my folder signed and all that stuff. I loved Usher. To see him in a skirt is so disheartening because I know he has children. And I wonder, what is he telling his children, right? Because he has now sold his soul for that perpetual bag, the bag that is only for here on earth. You if and I mean, granted, if you so choose to live your life that way, like where you just either you don't believe or your faith has been truly broken and you need uh to reconnect with your creator, then okay, say that. But don't stand, this is for any celebrity. And I hate that word, by the way, because there is nothing different about any of them that we see on television than us. The biggest difference is their bank account and what they do for that bank account. And a lot of them have sold their soul. They are empty shells. And I have to say that I get upset too because you have leveraged a soul that does not belong to you. Jesus died. He paid the price for your soul. So no, you don't get to do what you want to do. And as a man, I am so tired of like there was a point in my life, and I'm 47. There is a point in my life. There was a point where you didn't have to worry per se about a man really being a man, that he really, you know, was attracted to the opposite sex and that he wasn't undercover and all of that stuff. But now you have to question everybody. Like, it's sad that I tell my sons, I mean, I don't mind you finding a girlfriend that already had a baby. Look at some stretch marks and make sure that she is a real woman. And it's sad that you got to say that in this day and age, that you can't just look at a person and tell, okay, that's a man, that's a woman. Things were so simple back then. And, I have to say, this here, my next episode on A Light on the Hill, it's not going to be a good one. And I know people probably are going to try to take what I say out of context, but it needs to be said because I love you, God. I love you all to life. I don't want to see anyone perish either. I would love for us all to make it into the golden gates. But if you are trying to be in both this world and prepare for the next, it doesn't work that way. God tells you so. And I think everybody needs just a reset and a reconnection to their savior. But without further ado, I found this one because I like what he says in regards to his rap towards Usher. Again, I'm so very disappointed in this. And even though it has LV there, which is supposedly supposed to be for Louis Vuitton, they call this a kilt. That's a skirt. Kilts are Scottish. They are plaid. And I'm sorry, y'all, but I have been under the weather for just about a week now. But I had to come and I had to say something because not saying anything is still loving y'all to death. And that is just something I refuse to do. And so therefore, I'm going to play a little bit of this video and y'all listen to the words that he's saying. And okay, I'm gonna just let you watch. So here we go. Just watch and listen.
Hey yo, Usher a legend, but I gotta do this, bro. And if you like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay tuned for more. Yeah. Now Usher is a legend, but I gotta drop this flow. This man had changed his name to Mr. Steal Your Girl Clothes.
So you can tell Usher is uncomfortable, but because he thinking about that $20 million or whatever the number is, he is doing that. But his body language and how he keep messing with things and just his overall look, because he's slouching, you know what I mean? Not a man of confidence. He don't really want to be in that. But he sold his soul for that perpetual bag. Let's continue.
Big perm wig, all he missing is the hairspray. His last name must be Adams, cause he looking just like Wednesday. Slouch socks on, standing like a knock knee thought.
Look,
All he missing now is the princess cut Reeboks. I hope he lost a bet, cause for this I can't feel ya. I'm about to start calling him Man Tilda. These is just jokes. I'm not trying to bully. He went from selling music to Girl Scout cookies. I wanna work with Usher. I'm just joning in my studio. This must be the price of performing at the Super Bowl. I don't dislike you. I'm just trying to find a reason why
look,
you
he
in
is
the
so
queue. You
uncomfortable.
ain't
Look how
rowdy
he keep
Roddy
moving.
Piper. Tell
See,
me
that's a
what's
kilt.
going on. I hope you
That is
ain't
not. That is a
depressed.
skirt.
Nigga look like he playing double dutch at recess. They put him on the plank. Nah, this ain't what you think. Why they got my man dressed like Ashley Banks? Look like he in church, he really dressed like an usher. Probably playing Miss Mary Mack with Jimmy Butler.
And here, what the world? Jimmy Butler, what are you doing? What is this? What like what? Put your braids back, bro. Put or get some lock. Like no, this is I natural born woman. I ain't laying up with you and your hair straighter than mine. Not doing it. Eh, I wouldn't lay up with you with your pants sagging or you got on a skirt. That's just me. Maybe I'm just old school. But let's continue.
What is going on with our black celebs today? And if you like this beat, it's called Stand on What You Say. Get it on my website, cranklucas.com, before these copycats bite my V.
Okay. I don't care about the other stuff, but y'all really have to engage me on this because I want to know what y'all think. Like, this should hurt everyone's feelings, especially every one of us. Another black man in a dress. Why? I mean, I don't know. But that's why I had this one topic for my podcast and I have been hesitating. Well, in the beginning I wasn't hesitating. God had me talking about other things, but This is so like uh necessary. It's so fitting for the moment, but I've been holding it because I know that no matter how I try to spin this, people are going to come at me and talking about I hate. But if I hate you, then I don't say anything to you. I don't try to help you and to let you know that there's is something better. Um, but I wonder, is Usher like, is he gonna be the next Dwayne Wade? One of his kids, are they gonna transition too? Is he telling them that, you know, oh, daddy only wearing a skirt because he getting $20 million, and that makes it okay? Is he saying, y'all can't wear a skirt because skirts not for men, but I am because this is how I take care of you? I call BS. Um, that perpetual bag. Everybody talks about that bag and my bag, and I got to get my bag and my. Nobody cares because at the end of the day, when you die, that bag gonna be right here still. And if don't nobody want it, or and then you work so hard for all of that stuff for the people you leave it to, they ain't gonna do nothing but blow it. I mean, come on. Where are our priorities, especially as parents, right? Because again, my 5 children all have the same father, their earthly father, and they all know who their heavenly Abba is. And my sons wouldn't dare sag their pants. And I know for a fact they wouldn't dare put on no skirt in my presence or not because they know better. And our daughter, she's not going to date anybody that wears a skirt, nor will she date anyone sagging their pants because she knows she could do better. And I mean, sorry to put it that way, but that's what it is. Now we have Usher, you know, now he in a skirt. Dwayne Wade, he in a skirt. Jay-Z thinking that he is Jesus himself. Got Beyonce and whatever it is they doing. And I won't speak on things that I don't know intimately about, but what I do know is you cannot put yourself in the public eye and say things like you believe in God and God is, whatever you may say about God and his character. And you a man wearing a dress, or you're a homosexual, or you're a liar, or you're a thief, and you choose to continue to live in that, you can't say that you love the Lord because then you are being a hypocrite. You're lying, and you're gonna have to answer for that in the end. And I mean, he makes it so easy. His yoke is easy. And see, Usher, if his faith wasn't broken, he would know Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven above all else, and God will take care of you. And that's a paraphrase, but he should know he don't have to do that. You don't have to sell your soul for that. These people, oh, and that Doja Cat one. And I was reading some of the comments and how they were saying that her video made them feel like they needed to go to church. Now that ain't nothing but the devil all day. And so I had wanted to just do this one really quickly for y'all because I had to say something. Cause if this is where we are headed, our future is bleak. I mean, we might not even really have a future because none of the men want to be men, right? And then you got some women that don't want to be women. How are we going to keep procreating? How are we going to keep our families extending? You know? How you going to keep your family name going when you a man later with another man? Oh yeah, we just going to adopt. Nothing's wrong with adoption, but why are you adopting when you can make your own? God equipped you for that. So, that's enough about Usher. I was just so hurt to see that. I just never thought he would be one to fall into that. Um, it's just sad. It really is. And, you know, I've said a few things about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union and this transgenderism and things like that, where people are trying to make a sickness um normal. And I'm just not going to stand for it. And I know there are many others that's just not going to stand for it, even though they trying to force it and they trying to, oh, we going to cancel. Well, you know what? Cancel me all day, because it's about what God says. It ain't about what man says. And God says that is wrong. God don't make mistakes. And so, on that note, this one, I won't name it an episode or anything. It's just why Usher why. And I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm slowly learning how to add in some videos. I hope you can forgive my congestion in my throat and everything. But I just had to, because this is getting out of hand. It really is. Like, why we can't have a movement on that? You know what I mean? Um, well, I guess they do, but it's in the wrong direction. So, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And just think about what I said, and I hope that it resonates with you on some level, where you know in your heart that it's wrong, and that you go about trying to change it. Because don't we all want to hear, well done, good and faithful servant? And I'll say it again, because once Jesus is descending in them clouds and we hear that horn and we look up and see our Savior, in that moment, Jesus has then become a fact. It's no longer like the faith base. You right now you are believing in something you have not seen and cannot see. But once you see him, he's a fact. And once you see him, if you haven't gotten yourself together, it is then too late. There is no, oh Lord, Lord, I'm so sorry. I was just so caught up in, nope. So it's best to try to get it going now. At least try. At least try. Try. That's all if you try and you pray, he'll help you the rest of the way. Y'all, this here, this is ridiculous. How many more are we gonna see in dresses? It's like they are trying to erase the woman. They don't even want to call us women anymore. They want to call us uh breastfeeders or bleeders, or no. And if somebody said it to me, they gon' feel my wrath. Don't call me your sis. Don't call me a sis. Don't call me no bleeder. Don't call me a breastfeeder. Don't call me a human maker, or whatever other term y'all trying to replace woman with. I am a woman. That is it. I don't have no pronouns. Well, I guess I do. She, her. But that's just normal because I am a girl. I'm female, born this way. And it's a rite of passage to become one. So, just as it's a rite of passage to become a man, and all this other talk and stuff is ridiculous. And if you really sit down and listen to yourself, you'll realize that what you talking about, if you on that side, it don't even make sense. You just saying stuff because it's either something you've heard and you're repeating it, or you just want to say it just cause. Cause that I can't even. But then again, I pray for the Lord to protect my mind so I don't fall into that confusion. So maybe that's why the ones who do pray are able to see things more clearly, because we don't entertain that foolishness. We don't entertain it. So Usher, I am gonna pray for you, bro. I really am. And I pray that this action does not affect your children or your family, because I think people have forgotten that there is a consequence for every decision you make, be it good or bad. The thing is, our society has been um, not issuing out consequence. They are issuing out excuses. And so now nobody wants to be held accountable for anything. They just want to do what they want to do and then maybe say I'm sorry or nah and keep it moving. But it really doesn't work that way. And anyone who tells you it does, don't fall for it, please. So again, this is Shan Hutch, your host of A Light on the Hill. Um, Again, have a great weekend. And remember, you guys, I love you to life. Not gonna lie to you or for you. So, and you can take that how you want to. But anyway, um, I'll check y'all out next time. Deuces.